Hello, hello. How's it going? Wow, already got someone in here. Hi, Paradise. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Mass Army represent. Um, so tonight, I have opted to draw. We're going to work on Jackalope Crenshaw. Hello, Mass Army. What's up? I'm great. How are you doing, darling? Um, So I've already got my sketches set up. Tonight I'm going to be drawing or digitally inking my Jackalope uh, Stuffie version of the Eepy creepy cryptid sleepover characters. And the Jackalope is a fun little guy who is not a true cryptid. It's more of a mythical creature from North American folklore, and it was often a taxidermy project. So they would take a jackrabbit from the desert and taxidermy deer antlers onto his head, and that was this mythical creature. Crenshaw, ignore the Streamlabs thing. I don't know how to change that. I was supposed to get my oldest child to show me how to fix that because the Streamlabs complains about everything. No links, no shouting, all that, and I figured out almost everything about streaming and setting up on my own. But there's a lot of little like boxes in that I just haven't figured out what to do with, and so do whatever you like. It's it's being a cop about it, and we don't support that kind of behavior in here. Streamlabs is a bully, and I don't appreciate how it treats my guests. So anyway, we're just gonna, I guess, jump into this because uh, let's see, how's that? Yeah, we like that line. It's my typical border for these drawings because they're meant to be a bit more cartoony. I have not set up my layers. I had everything else, but so I do apologize. I woke up this morning with a bit of a sore throat, and I've got my requisite neurodivergent three beverages. I've got hot tea and something fizzy and cold water, but a little bit raspy, so I do apologize for the way I probably sound. It's rough. I can hear it myself. Um, but anyway, so yeah, here's our little jackalope friend. I still have not named any of these characters. Uh, I haven't had time to write any more lore about any of them on my Patreon either because work has just been so insanely busy for the last few weeks, and usually about this time of year things kind of start to calm down a bit because the holidays, a lot of people aren't ordering t-shirts, so there's not as much to print. But this year, for some reason, all the schools are doing things before the holidays, and one of the companies that comes to us for their overflow work has had a lot more than usual. Oh my god, please! I hate that stupid button. It's the one thing I can't abide with this Wacom uh, thing. I don't like it. Okay, look at that. I'm already in need of a layer to fix a bad line. But we'll deal with that later. That's all right. So anyway, yeah, getting all this like streaming business is it's a full-time job just trying to keep up with social media posts, and I'm also trying to be really active in some of my favorite communities, like the Mass Army for one, and it's just a lot. Um, and when I'm at work, I don't have a lot of time to devote to anything that I really want to be doing, like, drawing or writing stories or anything like that. But I am building relationships, and that is tremendous. I love that. I can't believe there are people who are willing to come and pay attention to little old me and my silly little art project. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity. And I don't even know what I did there. Does this thing? I know it's touch sensitive. Does it have like a? Yeah, I don't know what I did there. That's weird. Okay, fine. It's a great tablet, but it's a bit finicky sometimes. I think for the antlers, I when I was at the convention, I just sort of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with them. And I thought about going with something more like a moose antler, and I tried a deer antler. And I think actually what I'm going to do is get some maybe actual photo of deer antlers and sort of do a trace over them, uh, because I really don't know for sure what they should look like. And that's weird because I did grow up here in the deep south of the United States. So you'd think I would know what deer antlers look like, especially when one hit my car a couple of well, over a year ago. That's a funny story, which I will tell you now. I was driving along a country road on the way home from work because that's all that we have out here. And I'm driving along, minding my own business. Everything's great, and there's a particular stretch of road where um, there's a lot of fields and bracken and that, and so I'm tooling along by this field, and out of nowhere comes a deer, and I see it out the corner of my eye, and slow down. I hit the brakes just slightly, but it's not quite enough. And rather than me hitting the deer actually slams into my driver's side window, scares the ever living out of me, leaves a great streak of saliva on the window, and breaks my driver's side mirror, and then gets up and runs away. So clearly unhurt, but it was stunned for a moment, and I was shaking the entire drive home. That was a good 20 minutes on the road, just like my heart was going that fast. Um, so that's my deer story. It was not as exciting as seeing a jackalope in the wild, though, and I can only imagine what that would be like if they were real. So here we are. I do have to keep going back and forth to the chat window every so often because the chat overlay works fine when I'm in game, but I have yet to figure out how to make it. That's eraser. Don't need that. Have yet to figure out how to make it work on Photoshop. So I'm not sure if that's something that I just don't know how to do, or if it's something that it won't do. Uh, we'll see. Now, Jackalope is typically a more lean creature because Jackrabbit is quite lean. But I thought for the Stuffie version, he should be kind of cute and plush and have some big old cheeks so that he looks very huggable and soft. And you just want to give him a big old snuggle. And of course, he's meant to look very tired indeed. And I do find that the Stuffie versions seem to look a little bit sad. But I don't mind that. I think it's all right. I think they're very cute. And they don't necessarily have to be, quite happy looking as long as they're tired. Your irises are too small if I do it that way. Let's try that. So you have very large pupils, but also lots of potential for colour. I don't know what colour he's going to be. He might be brown. He might be grey. He might be whatever colour represents the number 7. Live from future hell. Hello, darling. It's so good to see you. Yes, we are Morbin tonight. I'm sorry for the way I sound. My voice is a bit raspy today. I was telling everybody. You've just missed my story about being hit by a deer while I was driving. So I'm gonna have to go back and check the VOD for that later. Because a lot of people are like, no, that's not how that works. A car hits a deer. Not this time. That's not what happened. I was there for it. So I've got a jackalope. Not sure what I'm going to do with the antlers, but I'm really happy with how this is kind of turning out. I'm getting a lot more comfortable with the way the pen moves on the tablet. So practice may not make perfect, but I'm definitely improving since my first stream, at least. So that's something. Eric, you just have to know that my supermarket simulator streams are so much more interesting. I've got a whole soap opera going. The Men in Black are hiding a clone situation, and Taylor Swift comes into the store regularly. We had former President Obama in there one time, and that was pretty exciting. Let's see, what else is going on? The White Glove Society is always asking for meat licenses. I don't have that yet, but we're working on those specialty meats for those guys. The most important thing was last week, the Men in Black sabotaged my sound system. There was no music in the store at all because they bugged the system because I'm onto them. They figured out that I'm onto their scheme with the clones, and it's getting thick, man. We're in the thick of it. KSI doesn't know what's up. Mas, hello, my love. How are you? Every Thursday and Sunday. That's right. Oh, okay. I've missed some chat here. Let's find out. There's a crazy. Yeah, we here, bro. Outstanding. Thank you, Crenshaw. I'm doing better with drawing than I did when I first started, for sure. So I appreciate the support there. Um, in all honesty, I'm only doing this to keep myself accountable because this project I wanted to do several years ago, just could never work it out with an artist because it's really hard to get to nail down an artist. They've always got other projects going, and you know, real talk, commissions are expensive. Um, and I was at a show a couple of months ago now, and the convention was just utter trash. It was just bad, and I didn't have anything to do because no one was, you know, there weren't enough attendees, so no one was buying shirts. So I was like, well, what can I do? And I said to myself, self, what we could do is draw. We could just sit at the booth and draw all weekend and maybe do something with it. And when I got home, I had this nice little pad full of sketches of all my little critters. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I thought to myself, well, what can I do to make sure that this actually happens? Because I have that unfortunate ADHD autism thing. That's terrible. We don't like that. Thing where, you know, you get really passionate about something and then it just sort of goes away when something else happens. And that's especially bad because of my work schedule. So I was like, what can I do to make sure that I actually finish this? And I thought, well, with streaming, there's always the potential for someone to walk in on you. And if I have that level of accountability, then I'm not trying to keep myself accountable to something that I know I'm not going to do. And of course, I have many supportive friends like Eric here, and who showed up for me right away. And then I've made so many new friends, like with Mass's channel and Discord and all that. And so it's really kind of kept me pumped and going. Aura, how are you, darling? It's so good to see you. Um, Thank you for showing up. I've got to tell you all, I did get my, I guess it's a weekly Twitch message or whatever that said I actually did make my 6 people, my 5 people chatting at once last week. I guess it takes time for them to average it out. I thought it just showed up immediately after the stream, but I guess not. But apparently I did get there. So now the only thing they want me to have is average viewers. So I've got like, I don't know, 15 hours, I think, so far. And my my average viewership is 0.3 people. So lots of in and out people up to now. I'm going to figure out what I was trying to do with this leg because this is not right. What was I trying to do here? I think I was going to try to sit down one of my stuffies when I got home and re-sketch this out, and I never did that. I don't really want to leave and go get one, so we'll just kind of see if we can sketch it out a bit and see if we can make it look a little bit more like what it should. Okay, so no higher than that. Pull the toes. Maybe something a little bit more like, it's kind of long, but since I put on a layer, I can, no, not that one. Please lock in place. Stay put. Kind of move it over a little bit. That looks better. Might be a little bit long. I wonder if we stretch it just a small pigeon. Not like that. No, 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 no. What are you doing? There we go. Maybe give it a little bit more foreshortening. I think that'll work. It's close enough. Bring down that opacity so I'm not like staring at it and getting confused. And look that layer as well. Oh yeah, Mass, I know. But after last night breaking 100 followers, There's Crimson. How are you? Crimson is my oldest child, everyone. They are amazing. TCRS Gaming. They haven't streamed in a while, but when they do, uh, we're definitely going to get them into the mass army, no question, because they everyone will love them. Everyone will absolutely love them, and not just because I'm so proud of everything, and they're just a good person, and I don't know how I lucked out having such an. But my kid thinks that I'm cool enough to come and support, so that's nice as well. Very humbling, honestly, because plenty of people want to crap on kids, and kids these days are so full of themselves. Whatever, come on. All the kids I know are very supportive of each other, their friends, very generous and loving. And I don't know, maybe I just happen to know better kids, or maybe I'm just not a boomer yet. The jury's still out. This is also going a lot faster than they have been up until uh, recently. So that's pretty exciting. I don't know how I feel about that leg still. It's a little wonky. Feels a little bit big. Turning you off as well. What's going on here? It's weird. It's weird, isn't it? Let's just bring it down a bit. Let's just do a little shrinky shrink. I know I put it on the wrong layer. Or I put it on the right layer. It's just I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Ah, Eric, I don't know how. I asked Crimson to help me with it last week. With the Streamlabs thing, there's probably something I clicked and didn't know what it did, or maybe I was supposed to click and didn't. But I do apologize for my bad cop Streamlabs yelling at everyone. Do whatever you want to. I couldn't care less. Maybe I'll remember to fix it before Sunday, because after all, we do have a whole a whole situation to deal with the Men in Black and the clones, and hopefully they'll have come in and taken their bugs away after my complaints last week, because they only showed up one day out of the last stream, and I asked them very nicely. I said, look, can I just please, like, my customers want their music to listen to while they're shopping, and he was very non-committal in his answer. So I don't know if they're going to fix it, but we're going to try. We're going to hope for the best. I'm going to try this leg again on a different layer, so that if it doesn't wind up as good as I want, we can just scooch it over. Because let's be honest, I don't know what I'm doing really. We're all just kind of in this together, doing our own thing. Let's put you over here so I can erase things without it being weird. Who is blowing up my phone? I am busy. Okay. Else, how are you all? No worries, Crimson. I forgot to ask you again. Monsoon, hi. How are you doing? No delays here. I've just been drawing and yammering and trying to keep up with things. Is anyone else having a weird issue with my mic? My levels are correct. I'm not topping out, but I can always turn it up if I need to. Monsoon, thank you so much for showing up. It's delightful to see you. Yes, I've got this on a better layer. Let's shift both of these up. Just a small pigeon here. I can't believe there are so many of you in here. This is amazing. Never dreamed that we would have such an adventurous time together. I love this. But tell me all about your days. What's everyone been up to? I know Mass doesn't get to stay very long because you got your own streaming schedule to keep up with, and you know I'll be in there later, obviously. Got to represent Mass Army. But hopefully everyone's had a good day. We've been kind of getting things ready because my oldest best friend is going to be visiting us soon, so that's exciting. And my house is a wreck, so we're doing our best to make it presentable. Mass, you're so sweet. I sound a little far, but you can hear me. Let's turn this up just a small bit. Is this any better for anyone? See, my microphone situation is tricky because I've got a very tiny desk and only so much room for my art tablet. Is that better for anyone? Hopefully, maybe something. Help, help, I'm being repressed. Thank you, Mass. Supermarket Simulator is ridiculous, and I'm a chronic workaholic. Crimson can tell you. It's been this way my whole life, and so learning to play games again is it's a whole experience for me. I was a big gamer when I was in high school and college, but that was a long time ago. We're talking EverQuest days, all right? Like I'm old school. And anyway, what is this arm? Is it? Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry, everyone. Never mind. There we are. This is why I work on multiple layers, though, because when I need to erase something, I don't want to like mess it up elsewhere. Anyway, so I'm learning how to play again, getting in touch with my inner child and all that. It's a pain in the ass, let me tell you, but apparently it's good for me or something. I don't know. My therapist thinks so. So we're gonna stick with that story. Gotta feed that inner child. So I started doing the supermarket simulator, and it just sort of turned into a story on its own. I didn't really intend to do anything but pretend I was working, and now we've got a whole paranormal situation going on, and it's definitely not a front for illegal activity. It's definitely not a front. It's in the name and everything. Bye, Eric. Love you. It's good to see you. Thank you for showing up. Monsoon. The normal for me, packing and cleaning. My apartment looks like I just moved in. By Sunday, I should be squared away and can relax the whole year. Oh, your Portland move is mid next year. Oh, that's exciting! Yay! And obviously, be great to see you in the chat whenever Mass goes, because I'll show up over there as well. Obviously, legitimately, guys, the whole group over there is amazing. I genuinely feel like a rock star when I go into the chat because everybody's just so sweet and so supportive, and it's great. I love it. absolutely love it. You know what? This doesn't have any depth. That's the problem I'm looking at here. This is what I don't like about it. So we're gonna give it some depth here. I recognize what I've missed. This is the thing about not really doing anything with art theory for, you know, well over a decade. There are things that I recognize are wrong, but maybe it takes me a moment to figure out why. What's wrong with it exactly? Why doesn't it look right? And so we're learning this together. We're doing it together. I'm so happy that you're all along for the ride with me. It's very exciting. No, your beans are wrong. These beans do not go on toast. No beans should ever go on toast. Sorry, not sorry, motherland. Oh, okay, yeah. Monsoon, yeah, you should definitely stream doing stained glass or calligraphy. Calligraphy is huge on TikTok. I've seen a few creators that do it. I used to do calligraphy in college, and it was a lot of fun, but definitely got out of practice there. So it's a little bit better. Not really 100% sure on it. Oh, you know what? I haven't done anything with the freaking antlers. We were gonna do. We were gonna get some. Trying to find. There you are. Why are you all on the same layer? What did I do? I got so many other things right this time, and then I've got all these overlapping things on the same layer. What am I like? Layers locked. What have I done? Okay. Is it you? No. Is it you? No. Is it you? There we are. Okay. See, I've gone and done the opposite of what I was shooting for. But it's okay. We'll make it work. I just have to be more careful with it, and I don't like that. Okay. Throat is angry. Give me just a moment, darling, to go get some hot tea. Oh, that's better. Okay. I love beans. They're great, but not on toast. And obviously, toe beans are superior. That's what it's all about. My buff tabby is a Maine Coon, or at least part Maine Coon, and he hates it when I grab his toes. He's got very fluffy beans because, you know, Maine Coons are just fluffier in general. And oh my god, he hates it. He just gets so mad at me whenever I grab his toes, and I'm like, I've got your beans. What are you going to do about it? He scowls, and then he pouts because I'm holding him, and he didn't want that. And he's just going to have to live with that because he is a cat, and I require all the kitty cuddles. One of these days, I will catch him in a compromising position and post him to our virtual Tamagotchi area and all that. Okay, what about here? Some of these are going to be cleaned up more later. And I strongly suspect I'm going to be redesigning some of the characters a bit once I've got more comfortable with sketching everything and using my tools and all that. I'm not really in love with a lot of the characters designs that I did, but I'm gonna sketch or ink them all the sketches just because I need the practice before I get committed to a particular character style, because once we get to that point, uh, going back and changing things is going to be difficult because there are so many different poses and scenarios and little stories they're going to be involved in. Hang on a second. Please don't yell. No angry yelling, just excited, loud talking. And our house has very thin walls. Oh, butterbeans are the best. Love it. Your guns literally opened a whole new part of my life. I mean, we none of us can argue that Matt has amazing guns. Let's be honest. Your arms are just fantastic. Also, I don't know if anyone noticed, but I'm wearing my orange cat energy shirt tonight because I feel like I would rather be curled up in a patch of sunlight doing nothing. And unfortunately, even my days off don't have that kind of freedom. I've got so much to do all the time. All right, I'm just going to Google real quick deer antlers, because I don't like the way my character ones did. I want them to be, realistic. I don't want them to be like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna find a generic image to kind of work from. Why do you have to give me WebP files? That's not helpful at all. Oh, you know what? Here's some nice clip art. I like this one. It's got a little bit of depth to it. Nope, that's a cartoon. We don't want that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's bloody Pinterest, isn't it? Alright. Can I drag you into Photoshop from here? No. Sometimes Google will let you do that, and sometimes it says no. Alright, let's see if that works. Let's close Chrome again because I've got Discord open and I don't want it to have all these ridiculous sounds of all of my channels blowing up. So here's what we're going to do. Just going to take this and scoop it up and put it over here and see how badly I messed up. This is tiny, which is fine. I don't need it to be huge, but I do need just something kind of to reference a little bit. We don't need it to be opaque because we're just given, we don't need to be solid. My bad. Because we just want to be able to kind of see a vague shape to work from. I do a lot better when I'm actually looking at a thing. All of the creatures that I drew were just sort of out of boredom at this convention, so I didn't have any references for anything really. And Obviously, I don't know what antlers even look like. What even are they? So that's why he looked like he had a moose head for some reason. And I did think about, doing something along those lines, but I think I'd rather have something a little bit more like what a taxidermist would have done to an actual jackalope back in the day. Beans shall never cross your lips unless forced, not by consent. Okay, well, Aura, I feel like probably you shouldn't be sucking on cat toes. That's probably not a good idea in general. You may, however, kiss their furry little foreheads, and they will only complain a little bit, probably, allegedly, in Minecraft. Okay, so now we've got a little bit more something to go from here. And I can decide if I like this shape or not. It's kind of weird, but that's why we've got multiple layers so we can fix it. A little bit. It kind of should look a bit like a finger, I think. Take a different layer for this bit. I don't know, this looks kind of weird to me. Looks like a branch. It should look like it's more coming off of this bit, I think. Because they should be connected. Kind of looks like his antlers are flipping you off a bit. Not in love with that. I'm going to try again. Gonna try again. I think we'll enlarge this one. So it kind of looks like fingers, but not too much, maybe. I think that's what happened just then. It kind of looks a little bit like creepy hands. I didn't like that. Now next week when I'm drawing, I thought about departing from the cryptid sleepover just a bit because I found a drawing that I did a little bit earlier of the avatar for another YouTuber that I like quite a bit. And it does fit in with the cryptid theme. It doesn't, it looks like fire, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't like what I'm doing here. So I might do something that's not strictly for the sleepover, but still fits in the theme. But let's have some feedback from you lovelies. Like, what do you think? Should I really just stick to this until it's done, or should I explore the space a little bit? Also, 1000% up to receiving suggestions on naming these lovelies, because I just haven't had any inspiration for any kind of naming for these guys. And that's tricky because like the names are very important. I don't want to go with, cheesy. I think we're just going to leave that other kind of stud thing off. Or what we could do, let's do this. Or we could let that happen. Anyway, I don't want to go the alliteration route because everyone does that, and I'd rather not. So, like, there will be no Jake the Jackrabbit or Jackalope or whatever. Like, it's a bit cringe, if I'm being honest. But I'm all for hearing out some ideas on what to name you guys. I kind of feel like Charlie is a cute name for a jackrabbit, but also nobody wants to play with a Charlie in the box. Am I right? But tomatoes are great. I love tomatoes. I used to chase you with them when you were a kid. What? What? Were they particularly large tomatoes, Monsieur? Or did your sister like smash them in your hair or something? I'm very confused and I feel I need more information. Naturally, I may not be privy to that, but if not, it's okay. Another layer here. Not sure if this it is. I was a fool. That's alright. We're not gonna worry about it, are we? Those are my I read Frog and Toad to my youngest child, and so we have Frog who talks like this, and then we have Toad who talks like this, and sometimes they just need to show up. That's one thing I should do more voices when I'm streaming Supermarket Simulator. I really should. I've been kind of narrating stories I go, but maybe I need to introduce some characters and they speak a bit. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. It's all evolving anyway. We're just doing things as we go along. Kind of like this. Okay. Eraser. There we go. Nice. That's what I wanted. Yes. Yes, indeed. There we are. Yeah, that's what I meant to do before. Failed miserably. That's alright. I don't think I'm going to take extra time and colour this tonight. But maybe I will. I don't know. What do you lovelies think we should do? Okay. Fix you just here. No. I've done messed it up. I done messed it up. I weren't paying no attention to what I was doing. Were you though? Weren't you paying attention? Because you should have done. Okay. Don't need that antler anymore. That's a bit of something I don't know what it is. Don't need that antler anymore. Let's get rid of those. Probably delete them entirely, actually. I think the top of his head needs a bit of fluff as well, probably. Evil, evil tomatoes. It's dreadful. What are we going to do about them? Probably cry. I would cry. I love tomatoes. I'll eat yours, Monsoon. You don't have to worry about the evil tomato invasion. I will save you. I will take on that responsibility and prevent you from having to suffer with it. How's that sound? He's so tired. I'm very eepy. I'm very eepy indeed. Where's his leg? Yeah, that's it. I think here, I need to clean up just down here a bit. There's the whole foot. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I can fix that. That's what we want. Yes, indeed. Hello. Still not thrilled with that leg. I think it also needs to bring this bit down somewhat, just because it doesn't have to be quite so. I was going for it looking like it's kind of been stitched on the leg a bit, but I think that's a bit much. Maybe we just bring a little bit of definition like that. And then down here. Well, you know what? What if we do this? We go a little bit here. And we bring that, not that high. Bring this angle in just a little bit. And then that angle in just a little bit. That's better. Not quite so crazy, I think. Now him needs stitching for sure. And for that we need what? Wrong one. 25 pixels, because we like the stitches to be extra large here. Stitching. And now we want to give him just some big old X's. Not that big. He shouldn't look too crazy. But we want him to appear as though he's kind of been sewn together. Can't see that angle over there, I think. So maybe just a couple over here, a couple big ones on his belly. So he's very clearly a cute little stuffy toy. I think I like that. I think he's pretty cute. What about all of you, darlings? Do we like this? I'm not 100% thrilled with some of the proportions. He's definitely going to need an overhaul eventually, but as far as not having done this in so long, I think it's pretty good. Dancing Snorlax. But why must he be twerking? That's the real question. Why is Snorlax twerking? It's just because he's a chubby boy. He's very cute. And here we go again, everyone. I have once again waited an hour to save my progress, which is always exactly what every graphic designer wants to do. Just keep working all the way through and never save anything. Because it doesn't matter if you mess up. You can just do the whole thing over again from scratch. And no one hates that. I am lying. It's the worst. Alright, so now we've got to go back and fix all these little bits that I've messed up to put together. Making sure everything is where it belongs. Because when we do get around to colouring, we don't want to have to deal with filling in horrible places. That's a disaster. Think he's alright. I think he's alright. So sleepy. Eepiest boy. I think we're going to do one more thing over here. If I haven't lost my pen. I think what we need here is a little bit of that going on. Because it kind of looks like his ear is too close to the antler. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Are we happy with this? I'm pretty happy with it. I do want his eyes to be a little bit more lively. So let's go ahead and give him that shine really quickly before we get too far. I really don't know what colour I want him to be. And this is kind of a problem. Because I had colour schemes for everyone else. Whoop! Contiguous, please. Okay. And I didn't come up with what colour I want him to be. I'm thinking brown or grey. But I don't know which. And I kind of don't want it to be one of those situations where we have to do it multiple times over. He looks so tired. Me IRL. You want the twerking Snorlax. How do you get that? Is that one that to unlock in the mass chat? Is that how that works? I'm looking at everyone that followed just now. There's so many. There's so many people. It's crazy. Where have you all come from? Okay, so I guess what we'll do is go ahead and prepare one for flat color. And I guess I could do preliminary and just see what we think. Because I'm going to have to get rid of this area here because the antlers have to be, you know, a different shade. And of course the little bit in his face is going to be a different shade, but we could pick something to do. Flat color. I don't want to really go grey because Bugs Bunny is grey. And you know, he's not Bugs. Maybe kind of a dusty sand color. Oh dear, I have somewhere that's not connected. Where is not connected? Is it this bit because I put it on a different layer? I bet it is. It is! I was a fool. Okay, let's try again. I'm very good at this. You should all be aware by now. But also, Lola was kind of a brown color, and we're not going for Space Jam either. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll see how it looks. The worst thing that can happen is it'll be terrible, and we have to change it to something else. Right? To do our little expansion here. We've got plenty of room to work with should we ever wind up printing these in the future on too much or anything. So, not loving that colour. I liked it in the thumbnail, but that's probably good for the antlers though. So let's not lose that colour. Let's have a palette layer. I don't do this very often. Patel, I can spell and everything. So this is a handy trick if you're not really sure about what colours you want to use. You can make yourself a layer where you're just messing about and just give yourself a little scribble of some test colours, and you're going to hide it, and then if you need it for later, it's there. Very handy. So maybe something more, it's kind of greenish. That's alright. That's kind of nice. Let's see how he looks with that. Now that I've deselected everything and ruined my own life. It's not really that bad, obviously. It's what, 3 clicks? Hardly worth complaining about. But I'm gonna do it anyway. That's kind of a milk chocolatey look. That's an alright colour, I guess. It's kind of cute. What do we think, chat? BRB, Monsoon. Okay. Hi again, Paradise. How's your evening been? Did you have a good day today? Milk chocolate? Maybe he's a milk chocolate Easter bunny jackalope. It could happen. But we need a nice lighter version of the colour for these other bits. I literally just said I wasn't going to do this, and here we are. So that's me changing my mind in the middle of things, isn't it? So we're just gonna it's kind of giving Sonic here, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think his lower lip also needs to be dark anyway. Let's give this not 100% edge either. Give it a bit more softness. That's better. That's alright. And of course we can clean all that up around the edges in a bit. I like the soft difference there. And here's the part where I begin to get kind of sucked into what I'm doing and forget that I have an audience. But it's a lot easier when I have a story to tell. So I've already told my deer story, and I don't have a rabbit story, so that's no good. Let's clean up this edge now, because it's not going to go all the way to that edge. And we can soften this back up in a moment. As soon as I unruin it. Soft, 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 soft. There we go. That's better. And now out of the eyes. Doop, doop, doop. Nice and clear. Just like that. I wonder what else. I think I don't mind him brown. But the nice thing is if I change my mind, I can do him a different color another time. And it won't be any big deal. You can just do an adjustment color or fill it with something else. It's the sky's the limit. I don't think he'll be green though. I think that's a mistake. Wasn't Jazz Jackrabbit green? Does anyone remember that? Talking of my old school gaming days, Jazz Jackrabbit was it had a banger soundtrack. It was definitely one of those games that was just like crazy good. Wait. What am I? You know what? I know what I was going for, and then I realized it wasn't going to work. So here's how we'll do it. I'll select it, put it on the layer we want, make this bigger, and then fill it in this way so that it's smoother around the edges and I don't have to do all that clean up manually. And then all I have to do is press that stupid button that I mess up every time. And there's a little bit of cleanup over here, but that's not such a big deal. Because that's a sharp edge to go against. Doo, doo, doo. Get this nice light tan color for here. Don't hate that. Right here. What about this? Go. So you get that. And just here. Something else about this whole project is I'm really having to become comfortable with things not being perfect. I've been a perfectionist my entire life with things, and this is really forcing me to accept the fact that not everything is going to be instantly beautiful or good. And I'm not good at that. I really am not. I am not one of those people who's comfortable with things being flawed in any way. If I am involved in making it, I want it to be perfect. And if it's not, it's very upsetting. I will readily and greatly accept other people's mistakes, but my own, no way. Can't handle it. And so this project's really kind of forcing me to accept that, you know, not everything has to be 100% the best thing I've ever done. Because it's already not the best thing I've ever done out of the gate because I haven't done it in so long. And I feel like that's a healthy thing to be learning. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that I'm kind of force feeding myself this unperfectionism, I guess you could call it. I don't like it. I would rather be looking at this and going, wow, I could not possibly have done this any better. But instead, I'm trying to tell myself, I could not have done this any better today. And I don't like it. I don't. I want it to be perfect and beautiful and excellent and exactly what I want right now. But it's not going to be. So it's just got to be the best I can do today. And maybe that will be enough. We'll see. It might not be. It might be dreadful and awful, and I'll come back in a few months and be like, why did I even try this? But I don't think so. I think it'll be fine. I've forgotten something important. And that is this bit of hair. Just kind of trying to play around with different shades. Okay, yeah, that's different enough. I was a little bit worried that it was going to be too close to the same color, but it's fine. So, we do want contiguous selection because here we need for this layer, yes, this layer, to go away. Oh, I forgot to expand it because it just had a teensy bit of overlap and it wouldn't have looked right. Now his belly could probably be also this lighter shade. I don't know. Jen, hello! Clean the grill and then be back for this. All right. Shaggy Alpha? Oh, Alfalfa. Okay, yeah, from Little Rascals. Well, maybe it's the hair. He had that kind of like sticking up hair, right? Apparently that guy grew up and turned out he was a real piece of crap, but I don't know. I only saw one of those like expose TikToks or something that doesn't actually tell you anything about what happened. So it's probably just clickbait, honestly. So I don't know. Oh, that needs to be black. That would have been a very nice stroke if it had been the right color for the ink layer. That's one thing that would be nice, would be if if you selected a layer and that particular shade, whatever layer you picked, it would default to your colors of what's on that layer. I bet there's a way to do that somewhere, some kind of mod, who knows. Time for tea. One moment. I have this fantastic insulated mug, and it's too good. I made this tea over an hour ago, and it's still really too hot to drink. But I'm trying. Got to soothe my throat. Can't be getting sick. Got too much to do. I kind of like that color. You should have a very pink nose, I think. Yes, I like that. He's so happy. He doesn't look happy, but he is. He's just Eepy. Him just an Eepy boy. That's all it is. And we love him. Our little nameless chap. Our little jackalope. Friend. And I'm always thinking of, punny names and things, and there's just nothing's come to mind for any of these, and I don't know what to do about it. This is not like me. Alright, this is Fluffy Cream. And this is Fluffy, it's not really tan, but it's darker than cream. We'll say Bean Fluff. Call it that. Maybe his name should be Bean. Pink. Pink for his nose. Oh, and his beans. His beans must also be pink. Of course. What were we thinking? The problem is we were too enthralled with the nose, and we forgot that there are other things every bit as important as the pink nose. Dare I say it, perhaps more important. How can you be any less important than the beautiful nose? Look at those beans. Don't you just want to poke them? Just boop, boop in the nose, boop in the beans. I'm here for it. I genuinely have no idea what the viewer information is on Streamlabs. I feel like it's not accurate because we had like 8 people in here earlier and it only ever showed 4 people. So if there are people here who I haven't said hi to because you're lurking, thank you for being here. I'm not trying to ignore anyone at all. And I'm so happy that everyone has shown up tonight. It's been a lot of fun so far. And I kind of think, honestly, that we're going to go even lighter on the belly. Just a little bit. Just a little bit lighter on the belly. Maybe. We'll see if we like the contrast. Because we're getting into dangerous territory with the number of colors. things like this can go a little too far. You know, it's so close to the other color. I don't want it to be pure white, is the thing. Because I don't think that's a good representation of someone who's jumping around in the desert all the time. I don't feel that's appropriate for who he is as a jackalope. He's kind of giving the dude a little bit. That's just like your opinion, man. Right? Am I the only one who sees that? He kind of giving off some stoner vibes. I'm not Lebowski. I'm the dude. It's been so long since I've watched it. I don't remember what he sounds like exactly. Jeff Bridges. What an insane and delightful creature. No, I was literally just gonna say maybe I should name the jackalope Jeff, and then I was like, no, that's the alliteration I don't want. Maybe we'll name him Walter. Walter the jackalope. Shomer Shabbos. Am I right? Okay. Do I like that? Or do I want a slightly different shade after all? It is different to this, although what I need to do is oh dear. What? Oh no, what have I done? Okay, I didn't break it after all. That's good. Okay. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. It's okay. I haven't ruined everything, which is good because I feel I could be quite good at that sometimes. Aura. You know, it's funny. On my phone, it's really hard to see all your emojis, but on here, I see that's meant to be like hands making a heart, maybe, and I like that a lot. That's cute. I need to learn how to unlock things and how to give people like custom emojis and stuff. I think that probably comes with affiliate though, doesn't it? You probably unlock a lot of like fun things like those check-in points and whatnot. That's really what I'm excited about because as much as I do indeed hope to be able to, you know, like maybe pay the electric bill out of this once a month or something. I don't love the idea of having a bunch of ads and things like that's not something I'm excited about as a creator. I don't want people to have to watch a bunch of ads to be able to hang out with me. Like that doesn't seem fair. So, but there's all these fun things that you can do in chat, and I want to be able to do those things. And then, like, if someone wants to support in some other way, they can. So I'm hoping that that's not like a requirement kind of thing. I want to be able to just have people around and enjoy their company, and you know, if I'm worth throwing a couple bones at, then awesome. Goodness knows Jen does it all the time. Doesn't matter what my crazy project is, she's always like, how can I help you with that? What can we do to make this work? That is not as bright. It's giving me these weird print colors. I know why. It's because I have it set to print things, but that's all right. Don't know how I feel about that green. I like it, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. Let's give them a different color and see what we like about the eyes. Let's duplicate that and see what he looks like with blue eyes. They're kind of like a cornflower as well. We don't want contiguous, we want just change all the color. I don't know. This gives him a little bit more subdued look. This gives him a little bit more animated look. So that makes him look more tired, but that makes him look less sad. I don't know. I don't know what a good color combination is. This is too hard for me. And this is where having my little avatar, my hands moving would be great, because then you could see that I'm just like throwing my arms up in despair, not sure what to do. Go figure. And I don't know who's in here to call you out personally to say, hey, what color should I use? I don't know. Blue. Blue eyes or green eyes. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know he's happy. He's cute. He's tired. He makes me happy. And I could not have done better than that today. In the future, definitely. Hopefully in a year I'll be coming back and looking at this and going, wow, what was I on? This is terrible. But, yeah, for now I think I'm happy with that. So, let us do our branding stuff for the YouTube thumbnail. Where's my social video? Not the project. Oh, never mind. I'm just stupid sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna export this as inked black color PNG, and we turn off the black color, and now he's inked. And now we turn on only 5 stitches, only the sketch image, and export that for the sketch. And those, I don't know where I saved all the other ones. These all go into Premiere, and no, I do have a thing in here. Is it in here? What color? Is it? It's in my branding folder. That's why. That's why I couldn't find it. That's my Wampus cat from last time. Or was it the time before? Right, this time we're doing mythical creature. I'm trying to be very accurate with these because the reality is that a lot of things that people think of as cryptids aren't. There are relatively few true cryptids in folklore, and I want to be as accurate as possible when it comes to all this stuff. Okay, so I need to flatten my colours here. Oh dear, I forgot to give him white. He's got to have white eyes as well. I'm glad I caught that when I did. So there are a lot of creatures that anyone in the cryptid community will just absolutely tear into you if you call it a cryptid. If it doesn't truly fit under that, window brand, whatever you want to call it, umbrella. And I'm over here just like, yes, I also like accuracy, but do we really need to go that crazy with it? Like, they're all mythical. So how much does it really matter? But some people it matters quite a lot, and I don't want to be disrespectful, so we're just going to drag everything over and delete what we don't need. Which I say I'm going to do every time and never do. Jackalope, Stuffie. And now let's select all these again so we can make them proper size. Okay, I guess we're not pre-transforming it. What's going on here? Unlock them. Is that why? What else is locked? Those? Okay. Now, there we go. That's what was wrong with it. Okay, that's fine. That's alright. Anyway, point being, I'm not fussed too terribly much if it's not a true cryptid. Because I just think they're cute. I'm just going for cute. And it doesn't really matter that much to me if everyone is, can I link all these in the, no, of course not. I have to do it through here. I'm just not all that upset if it's, not technically correct. The best kind of correct. I probably should be because I don't really want to upset people in that community, but at the same time, it's kind of just like, who's it hurting if I call a jackalope a cryptid? Really? But then also, there are things like, indigenous peoples' stories in that, and we don't want to be disrespectful to those cultures. So there's certainly an importance in making sure that those things are represented properly, because some of those, I believe, are thought of as cryptids, and I certainly don't want to be insensitive to those things. Jackalope, Stuffie, flat color. are you? Inked. So yeah, we do want to be sensitive to the, the types of things such as indigenous stories that folklore tends to borrow from, if that makes sense. So from that aspect, certainly, I don't want to say anything incorrectly and mistakenly call something a cryptid if it's not. Um, but anyway, so I am trying to, list things as they are represented as much as possible, just to, make sure that we're doing and saying things properly. Don't want anyone to be harmed by our silly little project. Little mythical creature here. And for whatever reason, I can never get Premiere to behave when I'm doing a stream. So I reckon that's probably all for now. I really, really, really want to play. I really want to play Supermarket Simulator tonight, but I know that if I get involved in it, I'm going to want to play it for several hours. I'm not quite ready to go yet, so I think I will go ahead and, yeah, I'm going to save that one. I think I will go ahead and open this other thing because I started drawing this a while back, and maybe I'll just do a trace of it for now. And then we'll just kind of fill this in. We'll work on it for about 20 minutes probably, and then go from there for later. So this is my interpretation of there's a YouTuber I quite like called Wendigoon, and he is he has a lot of things about horror and literature and conspiracies and all sorts of really interesting things that I'm big into. He's done some, like true crime things. What? Okay, there we are. I lost it for a moment. He always has like really deep dives into things usually, and he's entertaining. He's interesting, and he's got his little character logo thing, and I liked it, and I thought, well, I kind of want to make something interesting out of it, because he's got, a lot of people will just draw his character or memes of him from his videos and stuff. And I thought, well, what if I did my own version of it? And so I did this doodle, and it's this weird skull thing that he has with kind of antlers on it. It has nothing to do with the Native American W creature, which I do not say the name of, because that one legitimately frightens me. We were talking about it at a place that we used to live some years ago, and part of the folklore is that there will be a sudden chill if you speak its name, Or at least that's a version of the story that I heard. So if that is incorrect, then my apologies, but that's my understanding of it. And the night we were talking about it, it got very cold. Like it froze that night, and that I'm not a superstitious person, and I am in fact a person of faith, but that genuinely spooked me, and I never wanted to say that word again. So that's verboten in our home. And but I thought I'd do kind of it's sort of cute, but also creepy, because I find when going to be both cute and creepy in sort of a uh, I guess you could say in sort of a youth pastor way, which has connotations depending on the situation, but he's very wholesome. I don't think he would be a that kind of youth pastor, certainly. And of course, everyone in his fandom calls him Dad, which is adorable. So I just thought, well, kind of want to draw Dad, or at least a version of his little mascot thing that he has. More tea. So I'm just start on it a little bit before 7. That way I get a full 2 hours in for tonight. And then any time that I have extra time to work on it until it's finished, then I can. That is way too big. What am I doing? Let's see what happens if we flip that and bring it over here, because if it's mirrored, I might be happier with it, depending on how it lands. So I really like that. That works nicely. I can just bring it down a bit, and it's okay if it's a little uneven. That's all right. Because that's another thing. I didn't like this antler, but I liked this one. So maybe I'll draw this antler and then flip it over here. And he's got this weird, like, night vision goggles thing on the top. And I don't know what, like, type it is, but I like it. So, Aura, you and your hearts are so cute. I'm going to have you show me how to do that, maybe. Except that I know you're so busy with, the whole mass machine situation. And goodness knows, I don't know that he would be able to manage what he does without you there. You are truly a machine of your own. Okay, let's put these antlers on somewhere else. Antlets. They're very tiny ants. Okay. Those two can be together. Now that they're where I need them to be. Push those 2 layers. Eyes. Eye. Underline. Outline. Oh wait, actually we should do skull outline. There we go. Now put the antlers layer. Oh, I've still got a little bit of time. I think I can get through an antler, and then probably have to leave the goggles for another time. But anyway, if you like spooky stuff, if you like deep dives into literature, he's actually the reason that I started doing the what do you call it? The Divine Comedy project when I started reading it, because he did a deep literature dive into Dante Alighieri and the whole Divine Comedy, not just heaven and not just hell, which uh, a lot of places just pick one of those and only talk about it. And so he went into both, or the whole thing, and I just really enjoyed his take on the whole story. And I thought, well, now I've just got to read the whole thing. So I started reading it as a as an audiobook project where I'm narrating everything. And it's been great. I haven't gotten to work on it in almost a year though. Ink in progress. And I'm really antsy to get back to it. But I don't know when that's going to happen because I've got so many irons in the fire. And it's so cold right now that I would like to. No, I'm not going to finish that sentence because the universe will play some kind of horrible trick on me. So forget I started that thought, and we're going to pretend that never happened because we don't need to invite trouble. I said nothing. Anyway, we're gonna just leave that one alone, shall we? But no, I really want to get back to that project as well. But I know that as things take off here, I'm pretty confident that there will be a point at which I'm gonna be able to kind of turn off some of the other things that I have going on, and be able to devote more time to these projects, and maybe they'll turn into something that is a little bit lucrative, as more of a side hustle, because at the moment this is really just a passion project for me. Like I don't legitimately have a lot of free time to devote to like my art projects or my reading projects or anything like that. I really have to carve out time very carefully to do that. And the game night, like I started out thinking, I'm gonna draw 2 nights a week, but I realized very quickly that I was gonna burn myself out almost immediately if I did that. And so I thought, well, what's something else I can do? And I wanted to play a game, and I got gifted some Steam cash from someone, so I was able to get, a $12 game. And I really wanted to play Supermarket Simulator, so that's what I went with. And it's been a lot of fun. It really, really has. And I need it because it's a different kind of creativity for me. I love to write. I haven't picked up any of my articles in months either, mostly due to work. Um, and that's been difficult because that's something I really enjoy. It's something that I have a lot of passion about, but at the same time, I desperately need to be able to devote very specific energy to those things because my head kind of needs to be in the right place. to be able to write the way I feel called to do. And without that, I'm not happy with what I bring to the table for a lot of things. I thought about doing this as like a perfect circle for these goggles, but honestly, I think it wants to not be perfect. I liked the idea of having it be exact and just so, but I think we actually don't want it to be just so. I think we want it to be a little bit off. I duplicated the antlers and the eyes for the sake of symmetry on a level, but one's slightly higher than the other, so you know they're not exactly perfect. But for this bit, I really do think that if I were to use perfect circles, then it wouldn't. I think it wouldn't be as honest. I don't know. That's just maybe that's weird. I don't know, but that's how I feel about it. I was gonna try something and it didn't happen the way I thought it might. So that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. $6.55. It's honestly astonishing how close I came to even finishing this with only, 20 minutes in, really. Let's do this. Not quite. Not quite. Let's do this. I want it to kind of look. There we go. That's better. It's a good start. Ink in progress. I think we'll leave it there for tonight though, because I have well, maybe just a little bit more. My exit song is only 2 minutes, so I think it'll be all right if we do a couple more lines here. Just a little bit, maybe. I can't remember what I was going for here. I think there was some kind of like boxy thing on the top here. Maybe. I don't rightly know. But maybe that's the thing to figure out next time. I'm going to have to clean all that up anyway. So maybe I'll find some reference images in the week or something and figure out what the heck I was trying to do. Or maybe we'll just wing it, because we're very good at that as well. It's interesting if nothing else. But anyway, This has been a lot of fun. I can't thank everyone enough. But is that a binocular set on the thing you said? Yeah, no, it's a night vision goggles thingy, but it's a particular one, and I don't know exactly what it is. Um, it's a different character. It's not even for my other project. It's just something I had a little bit of time after doing the flat color on the Jackalope and thought, well, I found this sketch, so I'll fill in for a few minutes. But anyway, you are right 50% of the time. And 60% of the time, that works every time. But anywho, I think we're going to call it here for tonight. Because as wonderful as this back protecting computer chair is, it is pretty rough on the knees after a while. So I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you everyone who showed up tonight. I will of course be back 5 p.m. Central on Sunday for Supermarket Simulator. We're going to find out what happens next with the Men in Black and what the clone situation is looking like. Who knows? Maybe we'll even find a way to start smuggling in some meat for the White Glove Society. Who knows? And as per usual, if you like the hoodie I'm wearing in the stream, it is available at differentlynormal.shop. And there's my Patreon. If you like what I'm doing here and want to support it, then you can check me out at the One Stream on Patreon. And like, comment, subscribe, share, all those things that you're supposed to say, because the algorithm likes it, and I'm figuring all this stuff out as I go. And I think when I shut down here, I'm going to go ahead and grab Crimson to help me figure out what I've ruined on Streamlabs so that it will stop yelling at people like cops. Dale, you were in here the whole time. Well, I love you, darling, and I'm so glad you showed up. And you as well, Shaggy. Cannot wait to see you later in the week. Good night, Crimson. I love you as well. You'd better take care. You're the one who needs to take care, not me. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm your mother, right? Just kidding. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna say thank you to the lovely patrons, and we're gonna do our outro music. It is a cover of Twain's Lament by Owen Sayer. The cover is by Owen Sayer. The original is by Billy Scream from 1985's version of The Adventures of Mark Twain. So I'm off like a fish milkshake, y'all. See you next time.